No one in the world can ever convince me that it is not fucking insane that we are expected to get up every single day and go to work for the rest of our lives, 5 days a week, to earn 2 weeks of vacation in an entire year. If you're lucky, 2 weeks. How is that normal? How are we spending 5 days a week, 40 hours a week doing shit for someone else? Most of our time, like the time that you can actually go out and do stuff, we're going to do some shit for someone else just so we can survive? How is that normal? And you're just supposed to do that from most people start working when they're in high school, all the way until you're in your 50s, 60s. A lot of people work longer than that. Decades of going to work 5 out of 7 days a week. And everyone is just sounds good to me. How is that allowed?
Yes, because let's actually talk about this. This is a conversation we need to have, because what exactly are we doing? And I have been thinking about this for a very long time now. I even made a similar video 2-3 months back, and I'm going to put it up. This system we have normalized is not normal at all. There is nothing normal about this system. And the fact that for most of us, we watch our parents work their entire lives away. They did not get to even have a life because they were working. And then we later on are going to continue doing the exact same thing that they did. And the crazy cycle continues. It's just so insane. And keep in mind, a good chunk of what we earn goes to our survival. So rent and food. We are the only ones who pay to survive on this planet. We are literally on a floating rock. What are we doing really? People can frolic and just play and have a life. You have to wait till you have leave from work before you can go take a vacation to do something that's on a norm you're supposed to be doing more regularly. But no, day in, day out, you wake up and then you go work your butt off for someone else to get money so you can pay for rent, and the rent is going up. Can we talk about how the rent is going up? The rent is going up. It's crazy. Prices of food is going up, meaning oh my God, the more you think about it, the more depressing it gets. What are we doing? And it's become so normalized, isn't it? It's insane. People are not even thinking about it. Everybody's going with the program.
Scam that's become so normalized that we don't even realize it's a scam anymore.
There are a lot, but let's talk about money. Yeah, because this is a very big scam. Because literally, it's a piece of paper that a group of people decided that they are going to place value on. And this now literally controls us on a daily basis. All around the world, they come with numbers that tells their value, and they also come with faces. And some of the faces we have on some of the currencies worldwide were not exactly faces of very good people. We have literally been subjected to a life where we have to continuously work our butts off to get a piece of paper that has numbers and faces on them, because we need it to survive, because a group of people made it so. People are miserable, tired, depressed. Some wants to kill themselves because they don't have a piece of paper. It's the unending realization of how non-African invented things are actually killing Africans. I was having a conversation with a friend the other day, and he was talking about how our ancestors used to trade with the barter system. That system is beginning to look very sexy to me right now. Our ancestors were living their best life, because when Mr. B is farming his yam, he is aware that Mr. Okoro produces palm oil, and that Mr. Gbemudia's wife farms pepper and ugu leaf, and that there is Mr. Brakemi, the greatest fisherman in the south, and that if they all exchange their products, porridge does set. But here we are. The pressure won't kill us because of this thing called money. People are now even criminals committing crimes left, right, center because of money. They need it. They need it to eat. And the more you think about it, the sadder it gets. Because not only do we have this scam, this insanity controlling us, there are factors and people that actually controls the money. Them, in collaboration with the economy, says what currency has more value than the other. The power money has is fake. It's an illusion. It's all here. But because we all strongly believe in money's power, it becomes real. They created an illusion called it money, introduced it to us, saying it had value and power. And the mistake we made was ever believing that this illusion called money actually has value and power. Because the second we believe, we made the illusion real, and then we gave it power. And then they harness this power and they use it to control all of us. I know I look a mess in this video, but anyways, I confirmed, and I actually made that video in June, 4 months ago. It's Sunrise says, I am genuinely horrified that this is how humans made the world work. Out of all the things we could do, the ways we could live our lives, this, like there are other things we could have been doing with our lives, but they choose work, and they start training you to accept this program from a very young age. You have to go to school to learn so you can, get a job and work. And then you have kids and you make sure you send them to school so they can, get a job and work. And then the cycle continues. Like, what are we doing?
And go to work for the rest of our lives.
And that's exactly what they expect to happen, for you to get up every single day, 5 days a week, and go to work for the rest of your damn life. Well, I got a question. How the fuck is that any different from our ancestors going to pick cotton or tobacco or what have you? And you know what makes it so sad is, as you stated, it's become so normal. They have normalized slavery. Now some of you might say, well, how am I supposed to maintain? You're supposed to figure that out. And it depends on what it looks like for you to maintain. Because a lot of people don't need a lot of shit to maintain. People like to keep it basic as possible when it pertains to maintaining. And then you have other people that love to live their life, whereas they live in lavishly. They got all name brand, all this, all fancy that, right? Well, see, that's how the game has been set up. It's all a game. You work, slave, push, and they making you think you free, because after you working all week long, you're able to get a paycheck after your second week, and you think you free. But yet and still, when you do the math is never mathing. And then some of you do this shit 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 years, and your goddamn house outlive you, or your car outlives you. But as she said, it's a lot of people that think that shit is normal. And it ain't. You don't see the game. You don't see the fuckery at all. I guess this is a part of that 40 acres and a mule. Sounds like anxiety, depression, and stress to me. And if some of you be honest, you know for a fact that the math don't math. In other words, your bills is more than what you bring in after 45 hours a week. But this is what they want you to think real freedom is, because you can go to work freely. I mean, some people are put in a position right now where they got to choose to either eat or transportation back and forth to work. How the fuck is that freedom? Some people choosing medication over eating. And I'm talking about people that work every single day. I don't know, but the math ain't mathing to me. But you should check out our whole video. That shit makes so much sense. I talk about it all the time. It makes a lot of sense. How some of you are just so conditioned. You so conditioned, like it don't make you no never mind. You not even thinking twice. Because I got to pay my bills.
Keeping this video very simple, let me not talk too much. I came by this video, I'm like, okay, I need to share this with you guys. Let's have a conversation on this, because we need to talk about this really. Let me know down below in the comment section what you think, because man, it's insane. I even saw a comment that says we need to have a revolution, because this thing cannot keep on going like this.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop measuring your life off of this bullshit ass time they give us. This time that they give us is a fucking illusion. This shit ain't real. Ain't shit real about it. As a matter of fact, they thinking about changing the calendar again. That's why I asked the question, how old are you really? Does that type of time really matter? We got the months, we got the weeks, and we got the days, we got the minutes, the hours, the seconds. That shit is bullshit. Your motherfucking ass got dusk to dawn. Yup, dusk to dawn. when the sun going up and when the sun going down. That's about it. So don't get caught up in this time illusion. This shit is not real. Shit is crazy how they want to govern our time. They want to govern our mind. They want to alter the way that we function, the way that we see, hear, feel, and all of that bullshit. I seem to think none of that shit matters. I seem to think all of that shit is bullshit. Buffoonery in its finest. All of these demands. You got to be up at 5 o'clock because you got to be out by 7 o'clock. The kids got to be to school by 8 o'clock. You got to get back and get to work so you can get to work by 9 o'clock. And then when you get to work at 9 o'clock, you got to get ready to take your lunch break at 12 o'clock. And then after 12 o'clock, then you prepare to take another little break at 2 o'clock. Then after 2 o'clock, then you prepare to go home at 4 o'clock. Then once you get home at 4 o'clock, you got to wait for the kids. And you got to have the dinner cooked by 6 o'clock. And then if the dinner not cooked by 6 o'clock, then the whole day is thrown the hell off. Then after the dinner be cooked by 6 o'clock, you got to make sure you and the kids are in the bath by 8 o'clock and in the bed by 9 o'clock so you can get your ass up and do that shit all over the fuck again. It's bullshit. Why did we put our life in their hands from this magnitude? And a lot of you will say, well, this is God. You don't realize that it was 7 days created? 7 days created. And we just repeat and repeat and repeat. And because you go to sleep and you get up, it feels like another day. But ironically, the scriptures tell us that one day is as 1,000 years. Yup, one day is as 1,000 years. And I seem to think we are in the 7th day. But you keep on letting time dictate your life. The scriptures told you they was going to try to alter times and seasons. Dusk to motherfucking dawn is all you got. Dusk to dawn. Sundown, sun up. Period.